thumbnail, but it's less blurry this time. Okay. Topic. Shush me. Shush me. Alright, going live. Everyone. What time is it in the UK? Alright, going live. I'm live. I'm live. Where's you? Where are you? Where are you at? I am live. Where are you? That's most importantly, where are you? I'm making pancakes. I'm making an apple pancake recipe. So I need to start shredding apples and peeling them. So that's one thing we got to do with this recipe. The other thing, oh, hello computer. My computer does not go background. Hello Anthony. Hello Anthony Way. Hello. I could always like point the thing over here and have the other stream going at the same time maybe. What do you think? Oh, I need bowls. This is one of those where it needs like 2 bowls at least. This is a 2-bowl recipe. This is a 2-bowl recipe. Feels like I just made stuff. It feels like I was just cooking. So how are you guys doing? What did I make the other day? Oh, I made like an apple something that I'm probably going to use as a topping for this. It's more like an oatmeal something. Okay, so dry ingredients are going to be the bigger bowl. The wet ingredients will be the smaller bowl, I suppose. Bowls. And then we get the griddle out. So it's one of those recipes. It's a griddle. Here, let's go into all. Show all messages so I don't miss anybody. Even the trolls, because we get some of those sometimes too. Okay. And this is still wet from the dishwasher. And that's still wet. I just grabbed that and I'm like, I'm going to use this. And it's still wet. So. Good morning. What is it? Tuesday. It's Tuesday. It is 10:13. It's still pretty early. I'm like, I gotta make something. These are kind of small apples, huh? They are. I should probably do the peeling on a cutting board and then shredding them. So, cutting board time. Thrift store hockey one from all the grannies who sit there and they're like, they need their free thing from gambling. So they get their free thing from gambling. What's a lot of balls? What do you mean? These are apples. These aren't balls. These are apples. I probably should leave the skin on, huh? What did I do yesterday or a couple days ago? I did like a caramel. It ended up being kind of a caramel apple, like a salted caramel. Something. Because of all of that. When all is said and done. So yeah, this is all from like the little grannies who are like they need their points from gambling. They get these cutting boards. Or whatever. So then they die and end up in the thrift stores. Because that's the thing I do like doing. I like going to the thrift stores and finding like either a unique household thing or something to cook with that's cheaper than buying it for full price. I like to do that because that saves you money, and you might find something like really unique that is only specific to that location of place you're looking at. So that being said, yeah, I'm also gonna peel away the you're cooking dinner with snow all around. You're in, I can't pronounce that, Shropshire. Well, welcome to Vegas. It is 10 in the morning. What's for dinner, incidentally? Would you eat would you eat banana pancakes are good too. I'm looking at bananas right here. Would you eat apple pancakes for dinner? Would you eat banana pancakes for dinner? Because I'm like, sometimes breakfast food agrees with me more in the evening than it does in the morning. Sometimes. I've been actually eating more eggs lately because of chemo, so I've been doing that. This hopefully isn't going to be too bad of a chemo breakfasty sort of thing. Apple milk and butter in one bowl. The dry in another. Okay. Apple milk and the butter in one bowl. So, should we? I don't know what I should do. What should I do next? Shred it and see how much we got? Or just shred them both? What if I shred them? Well, I think I had too much then. We'll do one at a time and kind of measure it. We'll do like one at a time and kind of measure it. So, one at a time and then kind of measure. I do have a KitchenAid for this. However, I've always found that it's just easier to do it by hand if you're grating or shredding anything. Be it carrots or... Oh, they're what we call carrots. Mine are okay, I think. I haven't gotten sick off of them. So, hopefully. Yeah. I always worry. There's always something you can't eat or whatever. Not too much snow up there where you're at. It is probably like 70 degrees and sunny today. It's probably gonna be sunny today. Is this about a cup of apple, or do I want both of them? It's about a cup of apple, huh? That is. Let's do them both. Let's do them both and let's have it a little more densely packed. I think it had too much. I think I did this once before. Yeah, because that's about a cup. It's about a cup, but you know, we can squeeze some more in there. We can squeeze some more in there. Screw that. We'll do 2 of them because why? I probably won't eat this one anyway because it's got a ding on it. So I'm going to cut around the ding and hide it in apple something. And snack on the core. A little bit of meat on the core that I missed. That you missed, Mecca. I know. I did miss it. Okay, just take this whole ding out of here. Here's the whole ding. I could take that off with something other than my thumbnail. However, I did wash my hands. And I'm handling it with my fingers, so. What are you gonna do? So this calls for cinnamon, but I'm gonna add a few other like winter spices. So I'm gonna add some, cardamom and some clove to my cinnamon. And I don't know if I want to add just a hint of vanilla. What do you guys think? Vanilla with apple? Do you think it'll just deepen the flavor or not? Or just leave it out? Because the recipe doesn't call for vanilla. However, usually if I use vanilla, it's pretty decent. It's about 1 Celsius, which is about 30. See, it's kind of nice and it's sunny. It's warm-ish. It's not too windy. Usually the bad part about Vegas is the wind. So you forget how windy it is. When dealing with a place like here. So apparently the F1's in town, and that's the other big controversy that people are getting all bent out of shape over lately. So now apparently like there's hardly any incoming flights. Like the airport's pretty much empty, and they're giving away tickets now if you have certain packages and rooms. And it's like it seems like they went from charging like $5,000 a thing because thinking F1 is the biggest thing since sliced bread to let's convince people it was a good idea while slipping out the back door and making sure that we got rich off of it while everybody else got poor around us. That's what F1 feels like to me anyway, as a normie. So, if anybody wants to help me face any of my fears of expensive things, fine dining, sportsy car things, that is a very real and genuine fear I really, really have. Because I feel like I eat like a child anyway. And people are going to make fun of that. There you go. A cup of that. I'm going to keep shredding. There's nothing else to shred off of this apple. There you go. 2 apples. You're welcome. 2 apples. Is there anything else on here? Maybe some vanilla? Maybe. This is kind of a tart apple. Alright. So there's our apple fiasco. That's what the F1 feels like to me. It feels like it's a nuh-uh. We promise that it's gonna bring in more revenue because see, these 5 people got rich off of it. What am I making? We're making an apple pancake. So 1 cup shredded apple, 1 cup milk. Let's just get out the ingredients. Milk, butter. How much butter? A 1/4 cup. Is it a 1/4 cup of butter? Okay, 1/4 cup of butter, which is a 1/2 stick. I got this 1/2 sticks. Milk. It's out of the fridge. Eggs. You got the egg. I feel like I never end up using eggs. So, egg, butter. We're gonna have to melt the butter. You know what we could do? We can melt the butter in this bowl and then put everything in it. That's what we should do. That's what we should do. What else does it want? What else do I want? Flour. Clunk. White sugar. Clunk. Baking powder. Baking powder, not soda. Baking powder. Cinnamon. Cinnamon. All right. And to the cinnamon, I'm gonna add a cardamom and some clove. Cinnamon and cardamom and clove. Because why not? Because why not? I might add some vanilla. I might. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know if apple and vanilla really go well together though, do they? Well, vanilla ice cream and apple pie, so maybe. What else? Apple, milk, milk and butter into 1 bowl. And sift. We got a sift. You want me to sift? You want me to sift? 1 1/4 cup flour. 1 1/4 cup flour. A tablespoon of white sugar. 1 1/4 teaspoons. There's no 1 teaspoon. 1 teaspoon and a 1/4 teaspoon, 1/4 teaspoon. There you go. So, dry ingredients first. Where's my sifter? That's the one. I'm not sure where that one went. If I can find it, I will. If not, we won't use it. If I were a sifter, where would I be? I don't think I have a sifter anymore. Well, I have one. I just don't know where it is. Raisins. I don't have any raisins on here. Craisins. Ooh, I like cranberry raisins. I do like a good craisin. Those are really good, and they're apparently supposed to be good for your immune system or your whatever. It's supposed to be good for you. So I don't know. They don't pay me to say that, and I don't know where my sifter is. Holy crap! I'm sure it's in there somewhere. I'm sure it's in the bottom of this somewhere. We are doing it on the griddle. We're doing this on the griddle, so that's going to move over here. We are using the griddle today. Yeah, I don't know where my sifter is. So, no sifting. No sifting, we'll whisk it. So, what does it need? 1 1/4 of flour. All right, we're doing the dry ingredients first, apparently. So, 1 cup. And a 1/4 cup. You know what? I'll use this to level it off anyway. There you go. 1 cup. 1 cup. And a 1/4 cup. And a 1/4. Okay. 1 tablespoon of white sugar. It's awfully istophobic up here. That's an istophobic sugar. Then again, I spent how long just chiseling brown sugar? I was just chiseling away. I put it in an airtight canister. Silly me. Silly me. I thought that would I don't know, hold the air in. Okay, 1 tablespoon of white sugar. 1 1/4 teaspoons. Clunk of baking powder. We will get a whisk. I think that's a whisk. Yeah. definitely gonna whisk. What am I doing? Whisking. We're whisking. How much cat hair did I start off with? Holy crap! You should tell me. You just have loaded up. You're loaded up with cat hair, woman. Get it off of you. You have so much cat hair. And then I would have been like, you know what? I probably should have done a thing. I should have done a thing. I realized I had that much cat hair on me when I started. Baking powder, 1 1/4 teaspoon. Baking powder. I always end up using it. Here's your quarter. Here's your 1 teaspoon. 1/4 teaspoon cinnamon. You really want to sit? You want me to sit here and measure out a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon? We don't measure cinnamon. About 2 shakes of cinnamon. And oh my gosh, see, this is like a deep, really spicy and potent floral. Gosh, if you don't know what cardamom smells like, it's like apple pie spice. It's like apple pie. It's like an allspice. It's like apple pie. It's like that little flavor you can't quite put your finger on. That's what this is. That's what this is. So I'm gonna put like a couple of little dashes in. That's not even that much. Probably not even a 1/4. Can you smell it? Yeah, it's really, really powerful. And clove. And clove. That's like a chocolatey version of that, but it's not really chocolatey. Just a hint. Just a hint. That smells like cinnamon, and then the cardamom. Does one need salt? This doesn't want any salt. There's salt in the butter. Usually they want you to have an unsalted butter. I prefer a salted butter because you need that little hint of salt to bring out the flavor. Then you don't have to add salt when the recipe doesn't remind you to. That's what I think. What am I making? I'm making a an apple pancake. We're making an apple pancake. Why did I say banana? Because I'm looking at 4 bananas sitting staring at me in the face. And I usually make apple, or banana rather. I usually make banana. White sugar, apple, melted butter, 1 bowl. Okay, we're gonna melt the butter. I'm gonna melt the butter. How much has that got in here? Is it good? I don't know. I don't think I've made any in a while. I don't remember the last time I made these. I probably liked them last time I made them. I'm pretty sure I liked them the last time I made them. Pretty sure. So there's a 1/4 stick of butter. I want this melted. Melted. 1/4 stick of butter. I'm gonna melt that, and then I'm gonna add the rest of the wet ingredients. And then we'll combine them into the dry. It's real butter. At least it's real butter. This is the Land of Lakes butter. After they kept the land and got rid of the native stuff. It's progress. All right. I'm just gonna let that kind of melt. Let that kind of melt. A little bit. We do have powdered sugar. If this turns out like really like a sweet sort of, it's probably going to turn out pretty sweet. Fine. You in the sink. Try to avoid having to wash that. This one we'll be using to make pancakes. I'm just going to kind of shake it up a little bit so that it doesn't burn and explode. So melt the butter gently. I'm melting the butter gently. Seriously. This smells really good. This just without anything. Just because of the spices. That smells really, really good. It smells really good. You don't have to use them. I just happen to have these and like using these spices. Like once you buy the spices, then there's no excuse not to use them. And the seasonings and all that stuff. That's what I think anyway. Alright, how melted is the butter? Is that good enough? Okay, good. I don't want to over melt it. I don't want to over melt it, but I also don't want it to like congeal and coagulate. So now, wet ingredients. Apple. Cup of apple. Cup of apple. There you go. Cup of apple. To the butter. Oh my gosh. Cup of milk. Where's the I'll use the same cup thing. A whole cup of milk. You want a whole cup? 1 cup milk. 1 cup milk. There you go. And 1 egg. I would crack an egg on a paper towel. And that egg, I might throw some vanilla in there. We'll see. We'll see. Now I'm supposed to dump that into here. Oh shoot. Why didn't I put it in the bigger bowl? I don't know. I don't know. Now you slowly combine them. I think I'm supposed to put that one into here. I'm going to do it the other way. I'm going to do it the other way because this is a bigger bowl. Oopsie. I'm going to do the other way. It's a bigger bowl. Normally you put the dry into the wet, not the wet into the dry. Don't do it this way. I did it wrong. I did it wrong. That's okay. It's still going to be good. Oh my god, it smells so good. Oh my gosh, this smells good. Oh my gosh, this smells good. Holy crap, this smells good. It smells like an apple pie. This is just pancakes. This is just pancakes. It's not just pancakes, it's freaking good pancakes. This smells like an apple pie. Oh my gosh. If you could smell this. So yeah, now we're gonna get the griddle. This just makes me want to make a Dutch baby or something. I don't have the right thing for it. It's basically like an apple pancake, but it's like a German apple pancake, but you put it in a skillet. It's got a lot of eggs and stuff. It's kind of like a rustic dough. It's kind of like a combination of a like a Danish and an apple pie, and it's like, oh my god, this smells good. I think I might add a hint of vanilla, just a drop, just a touch. Just a touch to bring out a little more flavor. What do you think? Hello, Space Force. That's a lot of vanilla. That's a lot of vanilla. I should have measured it. Actually, yeah, that's not that much. That's probably a capful. That's probably a 1/4 teaspoon. Now that I see, I always get the vanilla extract, the pure. I don't know if that's better or not. That's what I get. No, I'm not picky on the brand. But that's what I get. Now the part where I use a stick of butter here to grease the griddle. Grease the griddle. Canisters. Away you go, and away you go. So we've used these. We've used all of our stuff. Pancake time. So it wants it like at 350-ish. So hopefully we can respect that. Come on, griddle. Plug yourself in. There you go. Cinnamon. Okay, we are at 350. Now comes the fun part. What happens if you add kimchi to it? You would ruin it because it's a savory thing on top of a sweet pancake. I would not recommend doing that. I would actually strongly recommend against adding kimchi to anything. So, butter. Okay, butter goes into the butter. Remember that old parappa game? I learned this on videos where you just take a stick of butter to grease the thing. And that's what we're doing. We're taking the stick of butter to grease it. It actually looks hot enough. Okay. It may or may not be showtime. Which is a better way to do this? This way or this way? Like this way. We're already dripping. Oh, I'm already dripping. Already dripping pancake batter everywhere. It wouldn't be me I didn't make a mess. Okay. That's alright. It's my mess and I'll make it if I want. So it says about a 1/4 cup per pancake. Like, we can do that. They're gonna be kind of... Those end up being silver dollar pancakes every time I make pancakes. It's about 4 servings for this recipe, it says. This is a recipe I got online and modified. Because that's all recipes are. You just modify them for your own taste, right? You look up a recipe and then you change it all over to make it what you want to eat. Oh, it's too hot. Alright, spatula. I don't have a spatula. So that's what's going on now. How's everyone doing? What do you think? This feels like they're cooking too warm. Feels like it might be cooking a little too warm. However, maybe they're just right. I worry that I'm gonna burn them. We didn't sift anything. It's okay. How'd they smell? Oh, it smells good. Oh, it smells good. What do I have? Real maple syrup. I have a real one. Yes, I have a real maple syrup. Spring Tree, real maple syrup. From where? Parsippany, New Jersey. That's not... Oh, product of U.S. and Canada. Okay, it is Canadian. There's Bottle It, New Jersey. Canadian. Canadian syrup. How am I doing? I'm doing. Woo. They're almost cooking too hot. Which one did I put on next? This one? This one's smaller. There we go. It's like they're almost getting too hot. We're down to about 2, a little bit, about 3. It said 350. See, these are sweet already. This is sweet already. It's gotta be Canadian syrup, doesn't it? Canadian syrup. This doesn't even take too long to make. Like, this doesn't even take too long to make. Does it? How long has this taken? Where'd my drink go? Here. I have iced tea. I was gonna put matcha in it. What did I make? I put matcha in some matcha green tea powder. I should have put that in this. This matcha green tea powder. I put some in the apple stuff I made for oatmeal. No, I don't think these are smoking. It might be just steam. Alright. And yeah, this looks pretty decent. I don't want to overbake them. I want to overbake them or underbake them. What do you think? I want to over or under? Is it under to you? I don't want to underbake them. What do you think? Underbake, overbake? Under. I just want to cut one open and see. I think they're fine. You think they look okay? They look underbaked or overbaked to you? They're not baked, they're cooked. I just don't want them to be like doughy inside, and then I don't want them to get too hard either. Then again, half of them are going to be frozen, so I'm going to recook them anyway. So you want them a little under, probably? Who knows? I am probably going to freeze half of these. So what's today? Tuesday. What else is going on? The video game industry has admitted finally that yes, gamers are actually right and they don't want a bunch of stupid junk in their video games. Might be a little on the tad on the warm side here. Might be a tad on the warm side. Okay. Steam. I just don't want it to be like brown butter, but then again, brown butter kind of tastes good. Because it's like butter almost to the point of burnt, where it's like caramelized. So you get a little bit of the brown butter. What do you think? What do you think? So now, what you could, Mecha cakes, hello. Is it a Mecha cake? I almost put my hand on the plate. We're doing the thing. They smell okay. I gotta taste one. I gotta taste one before we get too far into the day. At least taste one of them. Okay. Because this one I was worried about. Oh, there you go. Okay, that's not too bad. So I was worried it was gonna get a little under. Oh. That doesn't even have syrup. Oh my god. So, if you're trying to cut out some of the sugar in the syrups. See, I could just eat that. That doesn't even need syrup. I'm gonna put syrup on it, but not that much. That's always the thing with pancakes. Do you find pancakes are like so dry you just have to drown them in syrup? Add fruit. That's one of the things I've been doing is like, you know what? I'll add the fruit because that's gonna give me the sweet without really giving me too much of the bad sugars. I mean, at least it's kind of a good sugar. Isn't it? I should have put the green tea powder in there. I've been putting this in a lot of stuff lately. It just kind of gives it a little more of an earthy thing in the background, like a hint of it. It's really good. Really good. I've been adding that. So that's one of the things. Did this make a noise? Did this just make a noise? Did this just make a noise? It just made a noise. You hear the knocking on the freezer, right? I'm not crazy. Every now and then it'll be like cluck, click, click, click. Every few minutes. Well, the plate's not too hot. This one fell apart. And this is one I took a bite out of. Now it fell apart. It might be a little under. It's a hair under. It's okay though. It fell apart. That's the thing. You can eat the one that falls apart. That's the rule. Right? Oh my god. See, now I can't stop eating it because it's got what? The apple pie spices. The apple pie spices. It's like a pancake meets an apple pie. Rather than what? Oh no. And then I get batter on my tea towel and the dishcloth. You get batter on your dishcloth? The kitty's hiding for some reason. I don't know why. He's like, I'm doing a hide. Thanks for sharing your hard work. Oh, thanks for hanging out. I mean, this is just, like, I'm making these ahead, and I'm going to freeze some of these so I have, you know, fresh pancakes that are not store-bought, frozen, processed, you know, loaded with preservatives. For the most part, like, if you read the back of it, you can avoid that. But something like it's got fruit in it, is using up things in my pantry that I already have. Then I'll have them in the freezer for the week. So I think that's a good idea, right? I don't know. I don't want them too hot. I don't want them too hot. Holy crap, that smells good. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. Like I said, this one I've been that fell apart. I've been kind of like working on in the background here. Like it fell apart. This doesn't even have syrup on it. That one? Mm-mm. Oh my god. Yeah, these are good. These are a winner. This is a good recipe. Definitely try this recipe. It's like literally the first one you see when you Google apple pancakes. But I modified it. So I added vanilla and cloves and cardamom. You could do like a strawberry banana sort of thing too. Oh, that'd be good. I've done banana pancakes and they get like, they're kind of like, they're more crepe consistency almost. They're almost like flat and dense and like a dessert thing. This is more of a pancake consistency. How's the cat? He's sleeping. He's hiding under the thing in the bedroom for some reason. I don't know why. Something must have scared him. Something must have scared him. Something scared you. Probably the weed whacker. Why do people come by with weed whackers? Or leaf blowers. He would be a lot happier if people super chatted and donated to the Streamlabs link. He would be a lot happier. Because why? Then he'd have a place to live next month. So if you want to help contribute to us having a place to live next month, I would really, really appreciate that. Clicking on this stuff. He's okay. He's good. Okay. I'll go a little longer on that side. Just a little bit more. Oh, it smells so good though. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. I'm not making anything else for brunch. I could like do a couple fried eggs. I don't know if I want anything that savory. I did have 2 pieces of bacon before I streamed because I was getting kind of hungry. So I'm like, I gotta eat something real quick. Let me eat something before I go live. So I have a little something in my stomach. Because I find that like, usually like if I don't have enough, then I kind of get, it has been going on for, you know, years and years and years. I'll kind of get, well, it's not even sick to your stomach. It's just like, you kind of notice, you can just kind of like, okay, I gotta stop. I gotta eat something. You'll notice it. Is that diabetes or something? I'm not sure. And one of these days I'll get checked. If people can start focusing on treating the right things instead of the wrong, you know, maybe treat the physical first before whatever imaginary thing. But again, people think UFOs are real. People think World War II bad guys hiding in their closet. People are out there shaving their heads. And I'm like, okay, so if I shave my head because chemo, are people going to think I voted one way or another? And is that no longer the popular voting option of... And if we're not allowed to vote one way or another, why? So that's why I'm like keeping the scarf thingy on instead of doing the full shaving the head thing right now. Also, that's one of the things. Because people are nuts. Like I was watching. They have these hearings. I've watched. There's been a couple of them so far. Since what, 2020, where they're going on in front of Congress and saying that UFOs and UAPs, well, they used to be called UFOs. They're saying those are real now. So people in our government are spending money to investigate something they think is real enough to spend money on, a lot of money on. And I'm like, okay, that's crazy. That's crazy. It's a crazy thing to spend money on if it's something so imaginated, that's the word. Imaginated. Imaginated. How many has this made so far? I'm not even sure. 1, 2, 3. Get one more out of this. We can get one more if we try. If we try really hard, we can get one more pancake onto the griddle. If we try really hard. As well as it looks delicious. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I've been just trying my best to ignore the chemo as much as I can and say, you know what? I feel okay now. I feel okay now. We're making pancakes. Like I walked to get the blood work. I'm like, you know what? F this disease. We're gonna fight it back. We're gonna you know, just eat better food. We're gonna do more to try and take care of everything. I've been resting a lot, as much as I can. So thank you guys so much for allowing me to do this and giving me the, like, this is a privilege to get to stand here and talk to a camera. So, well, it's okay. It's mostly, all right, I'll back up from the thing. It's not shaved all the way. Do you really want to see it? It's super chatty and I'll take the thing off. I look like Gollum under here from what's fallen out, and I haven't been able to just take that final thing and just shave it off because, one, I'm too cheap to buy clippers, and two, I don't want people thinking I'm a political thing one way or another. So I just cover it up like I'm a pirate. Do you think I'm Meg from Family Guy? I don't know. Do I speak Russian to you? Am I a spy? What is she, a spy? Ah! That's butter. I flipped that one too soon. We flipped that one too soon. And a little butter splashes. Darn it. Thank you, Pyro. Oh, thank you. I'll try. Super chat. Is that payment? Yes, if you want to tip me for being entertaining, you don't have to. I have a Streamlabs link. I have super chats. You don't have to pay anything though for anything. If you don't want, that's just a, hey, I've enjoyed spending time with you, and I know the ad revenue is in the toilet right now because it is in YouTube. You don't want to know. If you guys want to help support this channel by giving all the videos a view and sharing them, I really, really appreciate that. Then you guys don't have to feel like I'm just sitting here begging for donations and stuff. Because why? Ad revenue used to be okay. It is no longer okay because reasons. So, hello, I can wear a mask too. But you never have to pay me for anything because why? I'm not selling you anything. I'm not selling you anything. I think that's the most important thing, other than my opinions. I think if you like hearing my crazy, weird rants and opinions, I have like 3 new videos I went ahead and put up anyway. There's a couple more. I do want to talk a little bit about some of this gaming stuff. I don't know if it'll be a full video or I'll do a stream later on, like a topics stream. We'll see how much topics comes out. There might be topics that happen. I have 1 topic so far. I've been really more interested in a lot of this, like, economic versus, you know, like trying to put a perspective on it that we don't see on the internet too much, which is there are people who think that aliens, they're spending money because they think aliens are real. Whether they are or not, they think they are enough to spend that kind of money on it. Do you think Elon looks like Data from Star Trek? I think he looks more like Sam Neill from The Omen too. These, I'm flipping them too fast. We're flipping these too quick. Do aliens like pancakes? Probably. Why wouldn't you? I mean, if I'm an alien observer to your world, for all you know, I like pancakes. I'll eat waffles too. I don't mind that. I just don't want to clean up after a waffle machine. Because why? It's more trouble than this, because this is a flat surface and that's a bunch of bumpy little ones. So, if anybody likes waffles more than pancakes, they can clean their own damn waffle machine. But I'll make them for you. Or you can be the one cleaning the waffle machine or hire somebody to do that for me. I'm still looking for a boyfriend, by the way. Without actually having the guts to go out of my way and date anybody. That's the other thing. I still desperately need a boyfriend or something. And I'm like, who would I even burden with me going through what the crap I'm going through right now? So I'm like, nope. Nope. You think the Facebook owner looks more like Data? Doesn't he look like a clone, though? They all look like clones. It's like pick your blackmailer. Do you want Elon Musk in your DMs blackmailing you over what you say, or do you want Mark Zuckerberg in your DMs blackmailing you over what you say? That's all I'm saying. Pick your blackmailer. Pick your blackmailer wisely. Choose wisely. Because as we know, in Clue, Mr. Body got hauled off by the guy from Spinal Tap. So, and the guy from Johnny Fever from for What's It. And yeah, spoiler for a 30-year-old movie. Christopher Lloyd killed somebody in that. This Peacock killed somebody. Colonel Mustard killed people. Like, they all killed people. They all killed people. They all killed people in that, except for what? The guy from Spinal Tap. Hello from Queens. Certified Quality. Hello. I am in Vegas. Hello. Why am I talking about Clue? Now I'm talking about Clue. I haven't seen that in so many years. When's the last time you saw Clue? That's a good one. That's a good movie. That's kind of like a perfectly acceptable favorite Tim Curry movie, isn't it? What's everybody's favorite Tim Curry movie? While we're on the subject. So Clue for me. I think that's the best one. That's the one I probably watched the most over the years, to be honest. So what's your guys' most watched movies too? That's another one. Spoilers. I know. In Congo. What about Congo? You think Zuckerberg with facial hair looks like Dave Portnoy? You think so? What does he look like then? What does Dave Portnoy look like? Is that the guy who eats stuff? Is that the guy who goes and eats stuff? Did you notice all the Food Network people who went around eating stuff, they got replaced with YouTubers who go around eating stuff. And then they also, that's pretty much what you watch now. Instead of Food Network people on TV, you're like, well, I can just watch this on YouTube. I just watch this on YouTube. So you have people like me, I'm like, I'll just cook on YouTube. I don't care. I'm cooking ahead for the week. And I don't have to worry about well, I do have to worry about censoring myself. Always. You always have to worry about censoring yourself on YouTube, though. That's the problem. These are going to be too dense because I'm flipping them too many times. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen Congo. I've probably not seen Congo ever. I'm trying to think of what other ones I haven't seen. Or haven't seen. Yeah, Congo I haven't seen. Pretty much any 90s movie I probably haven't seen. Like, name a 90s movie and I'll tell you if I've seen it or not. And it's probably a no. It's probably a no. I think the 90s for me is when movies kind of started. I don't know. Bruce Campbell's in it. Isn't he in everything, though? What is he even in it? I don't get him. I don't get it. I mean, as far as actors and stuff, like, who cares? I'm a rock star person. I prefer musicians. People with brains. People can just recite lines. Yeah. I'm not joking. I don't even like Evil Dead. I'm not a fan of those. Those are kind of annoying movies. I'm not joking. Then again, I'm not a big horror person. So. Spoiler, I'm not really a Bruce Campbell fan. I think I don't get his appeal in that way. It's like I don't know why people always want to name drop him as like the actor. It's like, yes, and I don't think there's anything against him. I'm just like, that's just the oddest one that people constantly name drop to me. I'm like, that's so weird. As somebody who never mentions him on my channel ever, as literally nothing. Oh well. I'm gonna dig in. He's awesome. Is he? What, you own money or something? Do you work for him? Are you trying to get an interview with him? I would never know what to ask actors. Like, what would you even talk to an actor about? So, I barely remember that movie you were in 30 years ago. How'd that work out for you? I think that's my problem with actors, is like, well, first off, I never saw Congo, so I have no idea. Second off, I barely remember, like, any of his other movies. Because, let's be honest, you know, I'm not like an Evil Dead or Army of Darkness or any of that sort of fan. So, if you're not like a fan of that type of stuff, anyway. Okay. That's what I'm freezing. That's what we're freezing. This is what I'm eating. This is what we're eating. I'm doing 5. Because why? I'm hungry. God, I don't even remember Evil Dead, to be honest. Was that in it? I'm like, when's the last time I saw that? That's hot on the bottom. Ow. Which one is that in? So those are movies where they like made them and then they remade them immediately because everybody. Like, those are basically movies that I walked by in the video store as a kid, and I think I rented them once eventually. I think. I was like, yes, it's a little bit weird, I guess. I don't know. I don't remember any of them. I just really, really don't. I saw them like once. And they were not that great. So, I mean, it's horror movies. Who watched a horror movie more than once? Not me. Oh my god, it's good. Oh my god. Oh my god. With the butter and the syrup. Oh my god. Here's what we make Evil Dead more graphic in the remake. Which remake? Because wasn't Evil Dead 2 just a remake of the first one anyway? I think I've seen Army of Darkness 4 times. Like I said, I'm just not a horror fan enough to watch them ever more than once. They're the type of thing where you're trying to like, okay, it's kind of like collecting books, right? It's kind of like, you know, getting into a hobby where you're like, I'm going to get into this thing. And then you kind of look at it and like, yeah, I am not into this. And then you buy like DVDs and stuff and you never watch them. That's horror to me. That's a horror movie for me. So, like I said, which remake? It looks like whiskey, does it? Maple syrup. This doesn't even have bourbon in it. That's not even the bourbon kind. Oh my god, it's good. Oh my god, it's good. Like I said, nothing against Bruce Campbell. It's just I don't care about fictional stories, especially horror ones like that. It's like we get basically the same thing every day, every time we play a hidden object game. It's pretty much without the gore and the gross stuff. Well, a couple of years ago. Was it a couple of years ago or like a decade ago? I kind of remember watching one a decade ago and falling asleep. Horror just doesn't do it for me. I just have no attention span for horror movies. Oh my god. This is like apple pie. This is like eating an apple pie. Only has pancakes and only has what? A tablespoon of sugar? And it's just spices. And whatever's in the syrup. Whatever's in the syrup. This isn't even that bad for you, is it? Early 20s, late teens. Is it? I don't know. Why remake stuff? Why do they keep remaking things? I think that's the biggest thing. Why keep remaking them? Why, especially the horror? Oh my god, especially horror. Then again, I'm the type of person like I think anybody who knows me from watching the What the Dubs and any of that knows that like if you name drop a mainstream movie, I don't give a flying fuck about it. If you talk to me about, you know, I don't know, Robot Monster, I might be like, oh, I might watch that with you. Some of these like overrated cult classics are just not for me. I think I would categorize the Evil Dead movies into overrated cult classics that are only for people who are into horror. I don't know. They're just so gory and violent. They're just so gory and violent. They're too gory and violent, I think. I just can't watch them. There's too much screaming. It's just gory, violent, and screaming. So that's all horror movies are, just screaming. And the dark. They're screaming in the dark. It's like I don't even get scared by them. I'm like, what the hell's happening? Why didn't she run? Why the hell didn't they call the cops? Why don't they record this? Why don't they set up surveillance cameras? Something, right? That's kind of like, of course my fork falls into my syrup. That's gonna be with horror movies is I just can't take them seriously at all. So keep in mind, if I'm watching a horror movie, I'm watching it like Mystery Science Theater. I am there just sitting there making jokes about it. Kind of like when I'm streaming about movies. You haven't seen a good horror movie in many years. See, I'm not a fan of the horror genre in general, so. All right. Instead of just watching me eat, let me go ahead and wrap up. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. I will see you on the next video, live stream, or wherever. Bye.